we're back to working on the cat heads. The epoxy's all dried. You're coming too. From Washington State to now sunny California. We've been at it for 5 years. It began with selling our previous boat and taking that money to buy tools and build a shed. We assembled keel pieces, poured the ballast, and raised all 16 frames in the first 6 months. There's a boat in there. Now, half a decade later, and at a slower but steady pace, we're in the water. We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. Like, subscribe, and support if you can. Coat number 2?
Yep.
Welcome back! Our epoxy has cured, and we're continuing work on the cat heads. Although today's weather is a bit confused. Some weird weather today, but we got the bolts for the cat heads. I mean, it's one piece. You still call it cat heads, plural? Okay.
Cat heads.
Cat heads. These are treats. They're bolts. I promise.
So I think I'm gonna mark this and then cut the bevel of the cat head there, so it'll make it flush against this, and then I need to make some measurements and marks down here because I need to take a little meat off of down here so it'll seat really nicely down onto the cap rail, and that'll get bolted through the cap rail, and then this will just have 2 big lags going into the Samson post. So I'll start with probably marking and cutting this out. Yeah, that theoretically shouldn't take that long.
See if I'll be able to catch it on film, but there's been lightning over there. Yesterday we didn't film anything because it was pouring rain, and all we did was remove the dinghy and we rolled it up just because we are also having a heat wave. So really the rain is super weird. We've had lightning and thunder, and the wind's been shifty, and it's just been really odd. I think today, it was originally, a couple days ago, forecasted to be 108, which is just ridiculous. Yeah, so we just kind of tidied things yesterday, so nothing really important. But we're back to working on the cat heads. The epoxy's all dried, and yeah, we'll see how far we get today. Wind just picked up in a totally different direction.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna have to scatter at some point from the rain.
So you just put it flush on the bottom edge and then just measure the difference?
Hey, look at that. It's the same. Yeah, so I just basically will measure down there and take 3/4 off. If I had $1 for every time we've been building this boat that I hear, ow! We could just buy a new boat.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now you're just sectioning it off to chisel it out.
Yeah.
And how do you gauge the angle? You're just kind of like...
With me eye.
With your what?
With me eye. Good enough with bedding.
Close enough? Yeah, because you're going to be bedding it anyway. That's all going to squeeze out.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll have just a nice black line there.
Exactly. Okay.
Cool.
Stage 1.
Stage 2?
So I'm gonna shape in the bottom of this so it seats down on our cap rails nice and neat. So I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that. This is very scientific.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Swag.
Good enough for me. First I was like, well, I need to match that rounded edge so it fits perfectly, but I'm gonna be putting a bunch of goop in there and bolting it, so I really don't care.
Well, it really won't matter too, because the goop's gonna stick out.
Yeah. Well, we can go ahead and drill all the holes, dry fit the bolts, and then take it back off and basically just clean it up and make it look pretty. Round the ends off, sand everything down, grind it, sand it, and then take a router and just clean up around all the edges.
Sticking out.
Nice.
Just barely enough space for the washer.
Yeah.
Nice. cleanup, and we're gonna head to the bunker and shape it into place. And then dry fit it one more time, tape everything, and then lay down our goop, and we'll drill the lags that actually go through the cat heads into the Samson post when we have everything all bedded. What kind of disaster is in there?
This looks like the inside of my brain right now.
Whoa. What have you been doing in here?
In the spirit of keeping it simple, I'm just gonna knock the edges off on a 45, even 45, and then I'm just gonna take my angle grinder with a grinding disc on it and just
Tape! Ah! How dare you! Load it up, man.
Okay. Align your side, I'll align my side.
Do you smear the goop at all, or the tape will just peel it right off?
Would you get me some of the denatured alcohol? Having trouble with the child lock lids again?
Yes! So I can peel off the tape?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, still need to drill and install the lags into the Samson post to tie it into the Samson post, and then give the whole thing a couple coats of soup. I'll still need to drill. I'm just gonna do it real simple. I'm probably just gonna drill and put two eye bolts on either end, and then just hang block and tackle off that. And that's what we'll use to lift the anchors up.
Nice. And then you've talked about adding in some belaying pins, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that right. That too. Probably put at least 2 belaying pins here and here, here and here. Click. just gonna hit the cat heads with a quick finish sand with 220, and then I'm gonna get a coat of soup on it before it starts to dry up too much.
Got quite the eye. Ah! You can start over.
I'm just trying to think of the order I'm gonna do it in. That's my thought process.
That's your thought process?
Yeah.